In this video, I'm going to show you how to add MatrixScan Find to your app in a few simple steps. To do that, I created a simple app that consists of two screens that you can see on the right. One screen with just a simple button and one totally empty screen whose code you also can see here, where we're going to add MatrixScan Find. So first of all, to get started, let's just build all the essential bricks we're going to need. We start with a data capture context. Which we create with the license key that you would have registered prealably on the Scandit website. Of course, I prepared a simple one already. Then we can create barcode find, which is the implementation of MatrixScan Find, by first creating its settings. That we are going to leave blank for now. Then the barcode find object. Okay. We create it with passing the settings we just created before. And then already we can create barcode find view, which is actually the UI that will show on screen all the augmented reality element to see the found items. We create it by passing it a parent view where it's going to be installed, and then the data capture context and barcode find that we just created. Actually, let me add that as a property of our class. Because we also need to add this view to the Android lifecycle. We do that to make sure that the view is prepared properly and also release resources when we don't need it anymore. We're going to also start the view in a already start state. This way, as soon as we're going to launch it, it's going to be already running. And with that, we actually have all the essential bricks to already have a functioning UI. So let's see what happens when we compile. And here you can see start find, and when we click on here, we already see the screen with a few UI elements, like a pause button, an exit button that currently does nothing, and a few hints that tells you to move closer to the barcode you want to scan. Well, of course, for us, it's not really helpful right now because we're not actually searching for anything, right? So MatrixScan Find is not actually functioning right now. So we need to add a few settings to make that work. So first, let's focus on what we want to search for. For this example, I selected to search for EAN13 barcode and two in particular. So two items that we can find in our retail demo book that you can download from our website. So first, we need to enable the EAN symbology by doing just that, so updating the settings. And then we edit barcode find itself to add on it like the item that we're actually looking for. So I'm just going to do some copy pasting here because I don't know barcode numbers by heart. So here I selected two items and you're going to see what happens now when we actually run the sample code. And when we start find, we can see that actually it's all working and we can actually follow on screen the item that we're currently looking for. And when you pause, you can see the carousel and some hints telling you that everything has been found. All right. Of course, now it's not providing a lot of feedback. Like we see, like you got in the carousel some just boring barcodes. It doesn't give you a lot of context. So let's do a bit better. What we can do, and I'm going to use copy pasting again, is provide a bit more context. So when you create your list of the item that you found, you can also add some metadata about what you want to display on screen. And with this, actually, you can have a more rich experience. What you should do as well is probably add a listener to actually tell you what happens when you click on the button at the bottom right. And here, actually, you can see this listener, when you will click on it, what the action, and you can see that it also will return to you the actual items that were found during your scanning session. For this demo, let's just keep it simple and pop back the navigation and go back to the previous screen. So once again, let's run the demo. Start to find. Okay, all good. And now when we open, we pause and show the carousel, you can see as well that we have a bit more information that actually more helpful to you. And when you press the back button, actually you go back to Start Find screen. One last thing that I want to show you is that, there's a few things that you can parameterize in the UI. For example, you could decide that you don't like the color blue when an item has been found, and that is completely something that you can change. For that, we will actually create some view settings for barcode find view. And to create that, you can be like, okay, for items that are actually found, let's show them in green. And for the items that we didn't find, let's show them in, let's say, some red. And then we just need to pass these settings when we create barcode find view. Let's run that demo again and see what happens. Wow, okay, that works, right? It's probably a bit aggressive, like really like this red and green, but everybody's free to do what they want. You can customize the way you want. And that's it. That covers all I wanted to show you about how to set up MatrixScan Find in your app.